How do we do this here? Hold on, just trying to test this thing here. Oh, okay, it did send over to him. Let me find this out here. Huh. Okay, I see. I see he's watching, but why he's not on the screen, I don't understand. I don't... Huh. I thought I was doing these things right. Let's see. Ask him if he got an invite. I don't see anything. Awkward. I'll, wait for it. Actually, did I just hear something? Okay. I'm waiting for it. Oh my god. Oh, is this a... Now what? Yeah. This here. Connecting.
There it goes. Wait.
Okay.
Okay, so I can't do this. Yeah.
There it goes.
There it goes. Alright.
Thing, I don't...
Alright.
So cool, you sound like...
So it turns out I can't do this from my laptop, which I was trying to do in the first place. That's why I said for it.
I have no idea what's happening. It's really cool.
Neither
though.
do I. Oh, you're...
Can you hear me?
It's like really bad video quality.
Huh.
Sort of choppy. No, sort of choppy audio.
Whoa.
Let's see if I can do this. Nope. All right. Handy dandy notebook ain't working.
Oh my god. I don't know what's more irritating, this video connection or these freaking allergies I'm getting. Oh. Okay, yeah, it keeps freezing on your end.
It's kind of lousy quality on your end too. Maybe it is. No, you're breaking up now. Going through a tunnel.
Wonder if it's because of the room then. I don't know.
Don't know.
This is so stupid.
One of us might have lousy internet. The lousiest of the internet.
Huh? This is so stupid. I have better connection with people over in Australia.
Well, that's because of Australia. I don't know.
I wonder if it's because I'm in the room. I don't know. The old bookmark on this page here. The old star. Let me take a walk over to the wild side. Hold on. Okay, yeah. You look at the camera and then it freezes. I don't know.
This is one of those things where it's fine from my end, I guess. Like my video is all nice, clear, and then yours, all the way down there, and everywhere there, is
Bring it downstairs when you're done.
not too good.
It sounds really, well, weird, but in a cool way. I don't know. It's like really.
Audio quality.
That sound like a robot that's skipping or something. I
Oh
don't
yeah.
know. Just it's difficult for me to comprehend what you're telling me because I don't mean that to be rude. I just don't. Man, it's always
No, it's the connection.
what?
It's the connection.
Oh, I know it's the connection. I know, but they would have thought twice before messing with my phone. Guess they didn't realize.
Mhm.
Um. So hold on, we have to figure this one out. Doing something here. Okay, let's take a stroll out here. I don't know if I freeze while you're on video or what, but I probably do. I don't know. I don't. So you're still standing in that one position. I don't see any movement. Why
I'm
is
sitting actually.
why is this? Do you think it'd be different if you invited me to a video?
Maybe
Well, actually, now I can
we
hear
could
you a
try
little
it.
bit better. It's just you're not moving in the
Oh,
picture. So this
I'm sitting down. I mean,
what?
I'm sitting down.
Yeah, no, I realize that, but like, here, let me see if I can do this. Okay, there's that. Can I put a comment? Oh, I can, but I can't.
Good.
You get out of here. Picture in the comments.
It
Huh?
should be.
No, I don't. Huh? What's this about? Oh, okay. Uh, huh? Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not sure what settings you're seeing from your end. If you have the ability to change the video quality or anything.
Uh, hmm. I don't. I don't rightfully know. Um,
Sorry, folks, we're experiencing technical difficulties.
huh? Let me see what this does here. Huh? I don't know. Don't like. Hmm.
We would switch off and I can try it from my end.
Yeah, why don't you do that? Let's try it from
All
your.
right.
Okay. All right.
Thinking. I was a bit less immature as I am today. And during a certain time in my youth, I focused almost all of my energy on something that we all live with on an everyday basis. I was living in such a dark place that had nothing to do with physical abuse, but had to do with mental abuse. Abuse that I was putting on myself that I come to realize was really an illusion of my mind. I spent a good 3 years mainly surrounding myself with dark themes. The music I listened to was very violent and dark, and kept me in a continuous recycled position of feeling nothing but anger and sorrow instead of feeling happy. Though I was wishing to feel happy, I wasn't hearing that I needed to feel happy. I was hearing that I needed to feel angry and sad because the music I was listening to was so constructed on such a negative mindset that made me begin to realize if the people writing this, performing this, were they thinking that this would make them feel positive. And as mature as I got to realize that, I wondered if it was true that this was supposed to be the album or set of albums, set of songs, whatever, that were supposed to make them let go of their anger through a collection of negative energy released music. How did they let go of their anger and sadness from performing and working on this? Because you go into the shortest time being at least a year to make a good album. Was under the genre of feeling negative, you think that it'd take them a good year to come up with these songs, and when you find that out, you wonder why each album is full of such negative energy, and you realize that they've never gotten over what caused them to feel that way in the first place. I would be inspired to write poetry based upon music I had listened to. And I got to a point from as early as the age of 15, drastically getting darker to the age of 18, I found myself writing poetry that was, as I said, inspired by music that I was listening to. I was into a lot of metal genres. And the poems I wrote were very dark and sadistic, giving violence to a certain character that was inflicting pain from having pain felt from the author. And I come to realize that during that time frame, I was not only the author, but I was the person in my poem that was being abused. All the sadistic things I had written down based off of horror films and music that I listened to was just that I was punishing myself, possibly because I was constantly surrounded by this negative energy that I felt that there was a curse in me for a while. For a few years, or a little bit less, I unfortunately admitting to, as I stated before, was an atheist. I lived a very dark, twisted and mental mind state that to this day, even the thought of meeting my younger self would possibly make me break down to my knees and start crying, because that's how brainwashed I believe I was. Just feeling negative all the time. The poems got worse but not to the reader, but to myself as the author. As they stopped talking about inflicting pain and punishing myself, being between two different mindsets at the same time, because since my astral projection of unintentional sleep paralysis, it was possible for me to live a paradox on more than a couple different things in my life that are best saved for another time to speak of. But I found myself letting go of writing about being so violent, but writing about how I would never find love, I would never find hope, I would never find these things that I desperately longed to find. These insecurities, because I've lived my life uncomfortable with my body figure, being picked on at school, and just coming to terms that the reason why I wasted so many poems, hundreds of poems, written about such negative energy, wasn't because I wasn't finding where I needed to be and who I needed to be, but it was because I was trapped in an area where I was searching and searching and searching for all these good things, but come to terms that what I was searching for was nothing. Where I was nothing. Just an endless space, an endless area that had no contribution to helping me whatsoever. All the poems I would write that were so suicidal brought me into terms that the reason why I'm not having luck is because I should be hearing words of peace and love, but instead I'm hearing words of anger and sadness. Where I should be seeing beautiful things of nature which have motivate me to find my inner peace, I was instead looking at things that were dark and demented that served me no positive purpose whatsoever. All I could really smell was nothing because my nose was so... I didn't have a strong smell. I'd find myself staying up very late, sleeping through almost most of the day, waking up with just a sore throat and feeling uncomfortable to move, just wanting to lay there and die. It became so depressing. At the age of 18, I was smoking cigarettes, and at the age of 18 is when I was fighting a depression, nonetheless, an experience of darkness. I spent a good majority of that age either only laughing and joking around when I was with a friend of mine, or just being completely miserable. You know, I could not to this day figure out why I felt so depressed. There's different theories that I was bottling up my emotions from years of not letting things out to the right people, that I was becoming an empath unintentionally to others surrounding me, or the mere fact that I was in a situation where my living condition was just something that always made me feel negative, possibly a curse that was put on me. But every day, not working, I smoked cigarettes
became a chain smoker and drank plenty of alcohol. Today my weight is in the 140s. But before that, the most I weighed was when I was 18. And in the late summer or early autumn of 2012, the most I weighed was around that time. I was pushing to 190. Of course, I've always been thin, and at that time, obviously medium sized. But when I dropped all that weight, I actually felt very comfortable. That type of feeling to fight insecurity that people don't see from your perspective. Because we all believe that beauty is in the eye of the beholder, in my opinion. And in some aspects, that's true. Certain people that you love, other people might question what it is about that person that you love. They may think, I don't understand. And you tell them, you're not supposed to understand. You're supposed to be happy for me and accept you're supposed to accept me for who I am, what I care for. I found myself getting worse as time went by. The age of 15 was very physical, abusing to me. At the age of 18, I still did this, but it to me was worse when I was 15. Though I don't much remember doing this at the age of 16 or 17, I still had, but my memory's blank on certain memories of that time frame. But I remember living up here where I am now, and I had times where it's gonna get graphic, just to let you know. I had times where I would go to bed, but I would take a knife, and I never label myself, and people may put a label on this, but I would cut up my wrist, this arm, and I still have scars here, here, there are some right around here, and I would cut my arm. Of course, this was almost 10 years ago, but it still haunts me. And I would go to sleep. I would wear a long sleeve shirt to hide it. And it got to the point where it could have gotten infected because I wasn't doing anything about it. I felt like I was that screwed up in the head, I should put it. There's some people would call for attention, but I wasn't looking for attention. And to this day, I am not looking for attention. But I was looking for the right person, as few people know who I'm talking about, to show me that love that I wanted, that was there the whole time. We were just both a bit confused, because I think that's the respectful term to use. But once I got out of quitting smoking, quitting excessive drinking, being
able to stop cutting myself, to eventually also stop writing negative, self-inflicting misery of poetry. Once I got that all out, I was able to breathe, feel happy. When I was depressed, I felt times that it was difficult for me to not only get out of bed, but to breathe. I had to stop on certain occasions and remind myself how to properly breathe, how to, inhale and exhale. What helped me along my journey in fighting this mentality that was taking me over from the age of 13 up to even today, because it's still an issue that I'm fighting, but I've been doing much lately, have been doing a very well job on it. What helped me was to stop and look at certain situations of my life. I talked before about listening to music. To this day, I can actually listen to the same type of music, and instead of at the time feeling negative, I can actually not take it personally, and the sound has changed drastically. Whereas I was listening to death metal to express anger, I changed into listening to grunge music. And eventually it became listening to a song from a happy-go-lucky band that was expressing their anger in a peaceful way. When I listened to John Lennon's Instant Karma, it was the most positive song I've ever heard to release negative energy about anybody. It really helped me a lot. Whereas I was listening to music that was under the genre, with no offense to these genres, because they are genres I still enjoy. Instead of listening to death metal, I eventually switched over to happy music, I guess. It was both classical music, and I was listening to a lot of stuff from the Beatles. When I heard Octopus's Garden, Yellow Submarine, Norwegian Wood, Eleanor Rigby, all this stuff, I felt that it was going into here, and into here, and here. It made me feel comfortable and happy. What I was watching went from watching horror films to shows that were very colorful, and although they were childish, they helped me being able to smile and laugh while being by myself. I went to Netflix and at the time would watch Alice in Wonderland, Strawberry Shortcake, SpongeBob SquarePants, and I still watch the adult shows like King of the Hill and Futurama, Family Guy, South Park, back when Netflix was good and didn't lose their programs. I found that watching SpongeBob, listening to the Beatles, was part of the reason that helped me get rid of this depression that I was feeling so severe from at the age of 18. And finally, my poetry went from writing about negative things happening to me, feeling so negative, and turned into things that were positive instead of writing about committing suicide and feeling like there was a curse on me. I started writing about nature, writing positive things about myself, because the thing about depression is that, in my opinion, we try to search for people to come over or remind us that we're happy. Many people don't want to admit to it, but in my eyes, depression can be a symbol of attention, and I do not mean that in a negative way whatsoever. I really do not. It doesn't mean you want the whole world to... It doesn't mean that you want the whole world to go and look over you and help you and constantly give you sympathy, but it just means that there's possibly one person that you haven't felt that love that you desire, and you feel nothing without that person being there to help you. And you may realize eventually that they were there the entire time. You just didn't realize it. Eventually, my appetite went from very bad to very healthy. I slowly cut out animal products and most junk foods. I felt happy when I was eating healthy foods like fruits and vegetables. I would actually wake up in the morning eventually, and instead of feeling negative and my throat was hurting, I actually would smile unintentionally, and I felt positive, and I felt so happy that the sun was coming out, because on a good morning I was up before the sun and before the birds, enough to watch the moonlight if I had unintentionally missed it the night before. When I would look in the mirror being depressed, I was afraid to look at myself, until I got to a point where I felt comfortable looking at myself. What I learned through this experience is that two different things. Number one, being an empath, when I find somebody at work, mostly because that's where I spend most of my time now, and I see that they are uncomfortable, and I have a good connection with them, I go right up to them in their time, their moment of misery, and I hug them. I give them a hug, not because they're asking for it, not because they're in the mood to have a hug, but because I try to share my love and affection with people. And to close this video, the main thing I've learned about depression is that the most negative you feel, the most depressed you feel, in my opinion, and in so many others' opinions, it is the most time that you feel alive. It's raining down, and I don't wear a frown. The birds singing harmony, there's gray clouds over me. And I spent all my money, though I don't find it funny, that I have all I need, no possessions at my feet. I found heaven all around, by the pine trees, and I love the rain washing over me. So much junk in the yard, and I can't discard the shop on the window, asking why from the signs and sorrow. It's raining and pouring, I don't know what I'm singing, but anyway I feel happy, only because I've got rain and tea. It's my carnival. It's a lovely day. It's my carnival. It's a lovely day. All you people, get ready to play. I wanna hear you say going down. This is my carnival. It's a lovely day. My carnival. It's a lovely day. It's my carnival. It's a lovely day. All you people, get ready to play. I wanna hear you say, come on down, this is my carnival. It's a lovely day.
Blew up all over the place. Holy shit, shrapnel. Blew up all over the place. Holy shit, shrapnel.
Oh, it's my baby Jones. Good morning, good morning. It's a beautiful day to walk in the rain. Good morning, good morning. It's a beautiful day to take a walk in the rain. Oh dear. Oh, it's raining, but the sun's still shining. There's a rainbow, or something say hello. It's a wonderful day to take a walk in the rain. I say it's a wonderful day to take a walk in the rain. Hey, Mr. Bear, what are you doing out here in the pouring rain? Oh, don't you know, Dallas? It's a lovely day to walk in the rain. Oh, Mr. Bear, you're right. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello, Mr. Bear. It's a beautiful day to take a walk in the rain. They say there's butterflies and wildflowers on the other side. What about you, Mr. Bear? Milk and honey on the other side. Hallelujah. Hello, Mr. Flowers. How you doing over there? Oh, we're doing pretty good, Dallas. How are you this morning? Oh, I'm good. I haven't had my cup of tea yet. I haven't even brushed my teeth yet, but I'm wide awake. Yes. Good morning, Mr. Tree. How are you? Oh, well, it'd be lovely if I was apple picking right now, Dallas, but I'm all right over here. It's a beautiful day to take a walk in the rain. Honey pie, you are making me crazy. I'm in love, but I'm lazy. So won't you please come home? Oh, honey pie, my position is tragic. Sail across the Atlantic to be where you belong. Honey pie, come back to me.